Good evening, student. After taking the general information about respiration and learning about the different organs of respiration, now we have to focus on the anatomy of respiratory system. Whenever the air will go from atmosphere into the lungs, it will follow a sequential path. For understanding the sequential path, we must be thorough with the anatomy of respiratory system. So let's try to learn the anatomy of respiratory system in detail. Our respiratory system will start from our external nostrils, okay, and the external nostril will open into a nasal cavity. So for understanding the anatomy, we have to draw a specific diagram. In this is our forehead, which is giving rise to a continuation of nasal bridge, which will end up into a nostril. So as it is a frontal bone, it will have this frontal sinus, and this will be a ethmoid bone which is connected to the sphenoid bone, which is having a depression called as sella turcica. So this is a cribriform plate of ethmoid bone, and this is the sphenoid bone which is having this depression called as sella turcica. So this is how it will look like. So this much is a cribriform plate. This is a frontal bone which is having this frontal sinus. This is a ethmoidal bone which will also have an ethmoidal sinus. Then this is sella turcica. Then this is our nasal bones which are forming a nasal bridge. Okay. On the lower side, here we are having our upper lip, and the inferior part of this nasal cavity is having, this is a hard palate which is in first formed by maxilla, and on the back side which is formed by the palatine bone. Then we are having the opening called as mouth, and then we are having our lower lip. This lower lip will end up into chin, and here we are having the mandible which will have the teeth, and to this mandible there will be attachment of the tongue. This tongue will go into the pharynx. This is the pharyngeal portion of tongue, and this is the neck. Clear? So on this side we are having this much area is the pharynx. So this is a pharynx that is forming a posterior wall of oral cavity. So this is oral cavity and this is a nasal cavity. This nasal cavity is divided into two parts by a cartilaginous septum. So on one side we are having one nasal chamber, and on another side we are having another nasal chamber. Both the nasal chambers are separated with the help of a cartilaginous septum. So if we draw a diagram from the anterior side, so we can visualize that these are the two nostrils, and these nostrils will open separately into each nasal chamber. So these are the two nasal chambers which are separated by a cartilaginous septum. Nasal septum. This nasal septum will continue inside the nasal cavity. So this much part is called as nasal cavity. This nasal cavity will further divides into three parts. The first part of nasal cavity is called as vestibule. This vestibule is the starting part of the nasal cavity. This much area of nasal cavity which will have the oil secreting glands and the hairs. So this is the part where we are having the nasal hairs, and this part of the nasal cavity which will starts from nostril. These nostrils are also called as external nares. Nostrils. So a nasal cavity will starts from nostril. The nostril will open into the first part of nasal cavity, that is vestibule. Vestibule is the first part. Which will have oil secreting glands and hairs. The function of these vestibule is to trap the large size dust particle from entering into the respiratory system. So functionally, trapping large size of dust particle. So it will filter, the vestibule will filter the air which is going inside the respiratory tract. That is the function of the first part of nasal cavity, that is vestibule. The second part of the nasal chamber is called as respiratory part. So after vestibule, we are having a respiratory part. This respiratory part will function as air conditioning system. It is having large surface area and it is lined by mucous membrane. This particular part is the air conducting part which will help in humidification as well as controlling the temperature of air. Clear? So that's why it is the air conditioning part. What happens when we inhale cold air? That cold air is actually damaging for lungs. So this particular part, that respiratory part, and it is having the mucous membrane. This mucous membrane is richly supplied by blood vessel. So a flowing blood from these blood vessels will warm the air. Similarly, if in the hot air condition, the air is dry. So this dried air is humidified in this particular part of the nasal chamber. हम जब भी कभी कोल्ड एयर में सांस लेंगे या तो फिर ज़्यादा ही हॉट एयर में सांस लेंगे, तो दोनों एयर्स को अपने नॉर्मल बॉडी टेम्परेचर पे लाने का और ह्यूमिडिफाई करने का जो काम है वो ये पार्ट करता है, दैट इज रेस्पिरेटरी पार्ट ऑफ नेजल चेम्बर। ये दूसरा पार्ट है नेजल चेम्बर का जो मेनली एयर कंडक्शन में मदद करता है। ये म्यूकस मेम्ब्रेन से लाइंड होता है और उसको रिच वस्कुलर सप्लाई होता है। जब भी ड्राई एयर इसके कांटेक्ट में आती है तो ये म्यूकोसा जो है इस रेस्पिरेटरी पार्ट का वो सूख जाता है एंड एट दैट टाइम द नोज विल ब्लीड फ्रॉम दिस पर्टिकुलर एरिया ऑफ नेजल चेम्बर। उसको हम नाक फूट ना भी कहते हैं। क्लियर? सो दिस इज अ वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट पार्ट ऑफ द नेजल चेम्बर, दैट इज सेकंड पार्ट। देन थर्ड पार्ट इज कॉल्ड एज ऑल्फैक्टरी पार्ट। This olfactory part is lined by sensory epithelium, which will be helpful in the sense of smell. ऑल्फैक्टरी नर्व जो है वो ऑल्फैक्टरी नर्व यहाँ पे कीब्रिफ्रॉम प्लेट जो होती है, this is a cribriform plate, and from this cribriform plate the nerve, olfactory nerve, will send the dendrons to receive the sensation of smell. So this is a part of nasal cavity which is called as olfactory part. The last part of nasal cavity is the olfactory part, and it is lined by the sensory epithelium. Due to sensory epithelium, it is responsible for the sense of smell. Now in the nasal cavity there are three bony prominence, okay, which will protrude out in the nasal chamber. These bony prominence which are protruding out in the nasal chambers are called as concha. So here we are having one bony prominence, this will be a second, and this will be a third. So there are three bony prominence which are present in the nasal chambers. These bony prominence are called as concha. अगर सिंगल है तो कॉन्चा, लेकिन तीन है इसलिए कॉन्ची। क्लियर? जो ऊपर वाला है, ऊपर को नाम है सुपेरियर, सो दिस इज अ सुपेरियर कॉन्चा है। जो बीच में है उसका नाम है मिडल, और जो नीचे है, नीचे वाले को शब्द है इंफीरियर, सो दैट्स व्हाई इट इज कॉल्ड एज इंफीरियर कॉन्चा। सो इन nasal chamber there are in total 3 conchas will increase the surface area of nasal chamber: superior concha, middle concha and inferior concha. Out of the two, that is middle and inferior, these two conchas are present in the respiratory part, while the third one, the superior concha, is present in the olfactory part. So out of the 3 conchae, the inferior and middle concha are present in the respiratory part, and the superior concha is present in the olfactory part. These conchae are lined by mucous membrane, and they will greatly increase the surface area of nasal cavity. So this is everything regarding the nasal cavity. हमने देखा कि जो nasal cavity है वो शुरू होगी nostril से। नॉस्ट्रिल उसका एक्सटर्नल ओपनिंग है, इस नॉस्ट्रिल की मदद से वो एक्सटर्नल एटमॉस्फेयर के कांटेक्ट में है। नॉस्ट्रिल जैसे ही ओपन होता है, वो ओपन होता है इन द फर्स्ट पार्ट ऑफ नेजल चेंबर। नेजल चेंबर ये दो है, दे आर द पार्ट ऑफ नेजल कैविटी सेपरेटेड विद द हेल्प ऑफ कार्टिलेजिनस नेजल सेप्टम। ईच नेजल चेंबर इज डिवाइडेड इनटू फर्दर 3 पार्ट। नेजल चेंबर के फर्दर 3 पार्ट हैं। पहला पार्ट है वेस्टिब्यूल, ये वो पार्ट है जिसमें हेयर्स रहेंगे, और इस पार्ट का काम है टू फिल्टर द एयर ड्यू टू प्रेजेंस ऑफ हेयर्स। देन सेकंड पार्ट है रेस्पिरेटरी पार्ट। दिस रेस्पिरेटरी पार्ट जो है वो एयर कंडीशनिंग का काम करेगा, और थर्ड पार्ट जो है वो ऑल्फैक्टरी पार्ट है, ये सेंसेशन ऑफ स्मेल देने का काम करेगा। क्लियर? सो दिस इज एवरीथिंग अबाउट द फर्स्ट पार्ट ऑफ द रेस्पिरेटरी सिस्टम, दैट इज nasal cavity. Now this nasal cavity will open into pharynx, as the pharynx is a common passage for both air and food. So this nasal cavity will open into the pharynx, and a pharynx is a common passage for both food and air. So a part of pharynx which is dealing with air is called as nasopharynx, and here also the oral cavity is opening, and the part of pharynx which is dealing with the food is called as oropharynx. Now here we can visualize the opening of esophagus, which is a tube-like structure present behind the trachea, and here we can visualize a anterior tube which is trachea, and this part is the larynx, and this is the epiglottis. So this structure is esophagus, this is trachea. Trachea is covered by C-shaped cartilage, so you can easily identify the trachea by palpating the tracheal rings, and this part which will continue into trachea is called as larynx. So this is larynx, and the opening of larynx, this opening of larynx is called as glottis, and this glottis is covered by a cartilaginous fold called as epiglottis. Clear? And this opening of esophagus, this is the opening of esophagus, which is called as gullet, and this tube like structure is esophagus. So inside our neck there are two tubes which are situated one behind another. Okay, two tubes which are present inside our neck in this particular fashion. They are present in this manner. The front tube, okay, the anterior tube is a trachea, and this much part of the tube is a larynx. Okay, and the larynx will continue into trachea. This trachea is supported by C-shaped cartilage. So easily, if you can palpate this structure, so you can palpate the tracheal rings. So this is the movable structure which is called as trachea, and behind the trachea there is another tube which is a collapsible tube which is called as esophagus. So this is the opening of esophagus which is called as gullet, and this is the opening of larynx which is called as glottis. So there are two tubes which are present in the neck, one behind the another. Clear for this thing? So this is how the air will first enter from nostril, then it will go to vestibular part, then the respiratory part, to the olfactory part, and then the air will come down into the pharynx. In pharynx, the air will enter into nasopharynx, and from nasopharynx it will enter into larynx, then it will continue into trachea. So this is how the air will move from atmosphere inside the respiratory tract. Now in the next video, we'll try to learn about the structure of larynx in detail. Thank you.